Hidden among Hainan's tropical rainforest, flora and fauna that evolved during the last dinosaur age still exist today, hundreds of millions of years hence. What inherent wisdom of life enables the ferns of Diaoluo Mountain to thrive until today? What mysterious secrets lie in Bawang Ridge's treetops? What fascinating life forms are concealed behind Jianfeng Ridge's swirling mists? Scientists continue to be captivated by this meandering tropical rainforest. What then are their most recent discoveries? Hainan is China's only tropical island province. Located at between 18 and 20 degrees north latitude, it boasts China's most concentrated, best preserved, and largest tropical rainforest. Here can be found superb primitive rainforest and rare flora and fauna. It has been termed by biologists as a natural gene pool and as nature's museum. Being in Hainan's central region is akin to plunging into a vast green sea. Wuzhi Shan, or Five-Finger Mountain in English, is regarded as 5 peaks holding aloft Hainan's emerald treasure. Adjacent Yingge Ridge is home to Hainan's largest nature reserve. Situated in the southwest of Hainan, Jianfeng Ridge is a prime example of China's exquisite forest scenery. Bawang Ridge in the west with its resident Hainan gibbons. Diaoluo Mountain in the east with its waterfalls of flowing silk. And Limo Mountain in the north with its endless sea of green. Hainan's tropical rainforest is located on the ecotone between tropical rainforest and monsoon evergreen broadleaf forest. It is the only continental island-type tropical rainforest endowed with a profusion of flora and fauna. It is regarded as an important global germplasm resource pool and a key reserve of tropical biological diversity both for China and the world. In 2019, the Hainan Tropical Rainforest National Park pilot project was officially set up. Hainan Tropical Rainforest National Park Pilot Zone is located in the island's mountainous central region. With an area of over 4,400 square kilometers, it occupies roughly 1/7 of Hainan's total land area. This national-level park bears a great responsibility, that of protecting the ecosystem. In April every year, the heavens open, denoting the onset of the rainy season. The rainforest is imbued with new life. Drinking in the rainwater, countless seedlings shoot forth new branches and leaves in a vigorous growth spurt, marking this exuberant celebration of life. At the dawn's early light, calls of the Hainan gibbon can be heard resonating throughout Bawang Ridge as though greeting the new day. The Hainan gibbon is unique to Hainan. Sporting a black crest on its head, it is Hainan's original indigenous resident. Moreover, it is a symbol and indicator of the authenticity and integrity of the rainforest. Hainan male gibbons mate with 2 females, and its voice box differs to that of other gibbons. Han Wentao's job is to remain on the trail of the gibbons, recording their every move. In the early mornings, Han Wentao and his gibbon surveillance team make their way up to the gibbon's perch on Futou Ridge and await their first dawn cry.
Hainan 长臂鼹呢，它呢实际就是像它的名叫，它一般是早上，就是我们说的破晓，是天刚刚亮的时候，它就会叫第一次。它这个鸣叫一般呢就是讲叫的话都是属于那种新式领地啊和那个召集那个家族成员的那种呼唤这样的意思。我们一般就是讲早上那个长臂鼹嘛，它第一次鸣叫的时候，我们就确定它的方向，还有它的距离，然后我们就快速的跟过去。然后，如果要是能距离近的话，我们就可以跟得上，我们就可以看到了。如果要是距离远，我们就要在途中休息，然后等它第二次鸣叫才能够看得到。
At daybreak, the first shouting session begins. Their voices are loud and sonorous and can be heard several kilometers away. They call out to let others know that this is their territory. The Bawang Ridge surveillance team uses this dawn chorus get-together to count the gibbons' precise numbers. Baby Hainan gibbons are born with blonde fur, which turns black after around 6 months of life. Only after they reach sexual maturity is it possible to distinguish male from female, with males being entirely black and females being blonde all over. Hainan gibbons live and forage at an average of 15 meters above the ground, and almost never venture down to the smaller trees of 5 meters or under. Their whole lives are spent above the rainforest.
我们海南长臂鼹呢，总共有4个家族成员，都只是生活在我们这一个霸王岭的那个普头岭的这山脉里面。因为这一块区域呢是原始森林，没有那个采伐过的，它的那个树木呢都比较高大，果实量啊，还有各种各样的那些藤本植物啊，都很丰富，很适宜它长臂鼹生存。
The Hainan gibbon is rarer than the giant panda. It is the most critically endangered primate in the world. Thanks to the gibbon's rainforest habitat having been protected and restored, the number of Hainan gibbons has increased from a low in the 1980s of just 7 to its current number of 29, living in 4 groups. Although their numbers are growing steadily, they still face all manner of threats to their survival. It is in this forest that, regardless how inhospitable the terrain, researchers and conservationists relentlessly pursue the gibbon month after month and continue their work to protect the forest's ecology. They hope that as a result of their work, the Hainan gibbon will soon no longer be man's loneliest relative. High up in the rainforest trees, living side by side with the gibbons, can be found such birds as the white-eared night heron, the willow warbler, the grey peacock pheasant, the red-headed trogon, and the orange-bellied leafbird. For this reason, the forest here is known as the home of 100 birds. Apart from these mainstays of the forest, Hainan's woodlands are also the native environment to some surprising groups of animals. This is an outdoor telemetry device. It is able to receive a signal emitted by a transmitter attached to an animal's body. According to the strength of the signal, researchers are able to determine the location of the wild animal. Dr. Wang Jichao, who specializes in amphibian and reptile research, is taking his postgraduate student, Li Min, to an area of Diaoluo Mountain, 1,000 meters above sea level. They are looking for a particular freshwater turtle known as the Indo-Chinese box turtle that is listed on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Red List of Threatened Species.
调试到那个跟踪的频率上面去，检测一下有没有信号，判断一下遥测的距离。那应该这个方向应该在前面了。行，那往前走。
Wang Jichao has been researching freshwater turtles for over 20 years. In 2005, to find out the population and distribution of this turtle in the wild, he conducted a population density survey in Diaoluo Mountain. He then attached location transmitters to the turtles that he found for follow-up research.
根据这个信号最强的方向，你看，应该是在前面方向。这个野外摇车的个体，一般摇车定位发现以后呢，直接把它那个捡起来，掂一掂它的这一个体重。如果是身体比较健康的个体呢，一般体重那个比较适中。 如果个体的体重特别的轻，那么证明这个个体在野外取食啊，或者各个方面就不太正常。拿过来。就在这个位置，它正在爬。找到了，就这样一个个体。 这是一只那个黄额闭壳龟，这是一只雌性的个体。从它的这个个体的大小和这一个鳞片上的这一个棱，我们大致可以那个推断一下这个个体的这一个年龄，可能会是在这一个7到8年左右的这个年龄。
The Indo-Chinese box turtle is a freshwater turtle whose natural habitat is tropical rainforest. The turtle makes its home in the dry branches, fallen leaves, and the cracks and gaps between fallen trees. It feasts on mushrooms, fresh young bamboo shoots, and small invertebrates. This turtle is almost 8 years old and will be mature enough to mate in 2 years.
龟类它是一个寿命相对比较长的物种，它的这一个繁育、生殖的这个周期相对比较长。 那么达到性成熟的这一个年龄呢，一般都需要这一个10年左右的这样一个时间。那么这样一个繁育周期比较长的这个物种，它这一个种群恢复的这个难度是很大的。
去了解，比如说它停留的这一个地方，它的育碧度是多少，底下的这个腐殖质的这个厚度是多少，这个枯枝落叶的盖度是多少，等等这样一些跟它的这个生活息息相关的一些生态因子。然后呢，根据这些生态因子的这一个评估。 去掌握和了解这样一个物种在自然界当中，它究竟需要一个什么样的这个环境？那么这样一个物种出现今天这样一个濒危的这个状况，是否是因为这个环境当中某一类对它的这个生活影响特别大的一类生态因子的这个丧失或者是改变？
In order to restore the population of Indo-Chinese box turtles in the wild, their health needs to be assessed during every field investigation.
如果四肢那个伸缩非常的这个有力。 证明它这个个体也比较的一个健壮，另外呢，它的这一个眼神，如果说那个身体不太健康的这个个体呢，它的这个眼睑会出现一些浮肿，或者是这一个无神，收缩呢，那一个也没有力，所以我们一般就主要是通过它的这一个体重、体型，包括它的这一个四肢的这个有力的这个程度，来做一个初步的一个判断。但是，一般平时我们在摇车的过程当中呢，如果它处于这一个隐蔽。 躲藏的这一个状态呢，我们一般情况下尽量不要去干扰它，只是把它这一个停留栖息的这个位点做好这一个相关的记录，比如说它停留地点的这一个 GPS 位点啊，这是这一只个体。
This turtle is in good health. After checking it, Wang Jichao returns it to the wild, but his research is not over yet. He now has to inspect the habitat where the turtles live. A healthy ecosystem relies on a healthy ecological structure. Here on the forest floor, all creatures great and small have found their homes. Hainan's tropical rainforests are home to 20% of amphibians, 33% of reptiles, 38.6% of birds, and 20% of all animal species in China, making them the most biodiverse ecosystem in Hainan. Plentiful sunshine and warmth, abundant rainfall, fertile soil, and no disturbance from humans have worked symbiotically together to make Hainan's tropical rainforests a natural botanical museum. The banks of streams are the habitat of choice for ferns. Originating in the age of the dinosaurs, they have been evolving for over 370 million years. In the distant past, ferns used to be giant trees, but due to continental shifts, most were buried underground and became coal. Most of the surviving ferns on our planet are short, herbaceous plants, with the exception of only a few ligneous ferns. The narrow buckler fern is one of them. Regarded as the king of the ferns, the narrow buckler fern has been designated a nationally protected plant. It has no flowers, no fruits, no branches, no buds, and has had no mate for thousands of years. So how has it managed to reproduce and survive to this day? These lines of red dots on the underside of its leaves hold the secret to how the narrow buckler fern reproduces. These are sori made up of multiple sporangia, which facilitate the narrow buckler fern in its reproduction devoid of flowers. Mature sporangia are transported by the wind, stopping when they come upon a hot and humid environment where they make their homes. The tropical rainforests of Hainan are home to more than 4,000 kinds of wild plant, or 1/7 of all the wild plants in China, with all manner of rare vegetation making an appearance too. Tree strangulation is a unique ecological feature of the tropical rainforest environment, and whose main culprit is the banyan tree, most particularly the lofty fig variety. The deer tree resembles a white deer with magnificent horns jumping out of the forest. The typical prop roots have supported the deer tree to grow as high as 25 meters. The tree firstly sprouts aerial roots which make their way down to the soil from where they take their nutrition. These aerial roots grow into prop roots. The tree is in the curious shape of a deer looking into the distance. The deer tree is included in a book on China's spectacular trees. The rainy season in Hainan starts in April and lasts until October. During this period, the rainforest receives abundantly more water than the rest of the year. The tropical rainforests of Hainan not only are home to diverse species, but also act as China's lungs in helping to cultivate the ecosystem. 3 major local rivers, the Nandu River, the Wenquan River, and the Changhua River, originate from this water tower, providing water for more than 9 million of Hainan's residents. They have the effect of moderating the temperature, making the central area of Hainan the perfect tropical heat retreat, exhibiting as it does cool and pleasant weather. They also purify the air and release oxygen, providing the island's people with fresh air. The average year-round rate of excellent and very good air quality is almost 99%. Spiders will spin their webs again after damage caused by wind and rain. Vines will grow more quickly thanks to the abundant rain, creating thick, web-like branches and tendrils. These thick vines are called guojianglong, meaning dragon crossing the river. They feel out their way like giant pythons. The rapid growth of the guojianglong signifies an equally swift death for the host tree. This is typical of tree strangulation in the rainforest. Dr. Lan Chen from the China Academy of Forestry is passionate about climbing plants. She has come to Diaoluo Mountain many times for her field research on vines, and every time she stays here for more than a month. This particular climbing plant that Lan Chen is studying is called the common joint fir. When it blossoms, one can observe another peculiar scene unique to the tropical rainforest: blossoms on the stem.
这个买麻藤它有非常高的药用价值，它又可以作为果树，又可以作为蔬菜，所以说我们觉得它的经济价值和药用价值都非常的大，因此我们才会就是想到来通过野生的状态下先对它进行考察。我们在药用价值上没有区分它是雌株还是雄株，我们一般只是用买麻藤的叶片和茎藤来入药的，所以它雌雄株对它的关系并不是很大。下面基本上叶子非常少，它是一种典型的热带雨林里面老茎生花的植物，它一般是通过攀岩其他的植物，迅速的将叶片伸展到外面之后，来吸收这个阳光，来那个供它的生长。在这个吊罗山地区是非常适宜它生长的，因为我们整个这个吊罗山地区的水量能够达到每年大概有2500毫米以上的这个湿度，这个存水量。而且它这个地形呢，我们通过这个土壤的鉴定，发现它吊罗山地区是属于上部它是属于山地黄壤，山地黄壤是非常适合这个药用植物的这个药用成分富集的。
Blessed with natural resources of abundant water, rich soil, and clement climate, the tropical rainforests of Hainan are home to an array of plant and animal species. Thousands of years have gone by, while the tropical rainforests of Hainan still endure, providing habitat to thousands of animals and plants. Human interaction with the mountainous tropical rainforest has continued and will continue uninterrupted. Here in Hainan Free-Trade Port, visitors not only enjoy open and convenient policies, but also the beautiful music of Hainan's tropical rainforests.